Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very welcome. Well, if you were here yesterday, you'll know that we reviewed a map from a creator we'd not seen for 2 years, last reviewed in episode 565. We can actually go one better today. This is a creator whose last map was their first map and we've not seen them since episode 526. Well, they got a very respectable 10 stars for a first map. Today's map is also very strong indeed, and it's 100% vanilla, apart from the theme and LUT, so you can opt in or opt out of those. But if you're looking for a very strong vanilla map, I think this is definitely one for consideration. But before we do any of that stuff, yeah, you got it, it's time for the daily reminder. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is New Alba by MorgansRocks. Now this is based on one of the islands in the Isles of Orkney in Scotland, and it should strictly speaking be left-hand drive, but somebody, yeah, me, I forgot. There's your start square, by the way. I forgot. So it's running right-hand drive. It doesn't make any difference at all to the gameplay or how the map works. Terrain heights look like that. And if you are interested in resources, they look like that. Very strong and very isolated into their specific locations. And if you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, your fishing map looks like such. Off to the workshop, what do we need? Well, it is a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. Other than that, 100% vanilla. We'll be using the Celtic Coast theme and the coastal LUT, which I'm going to tell you right now, makes this map look actually quite good. I know vanilla trees looking quite good is a thing. It does work very nicely. So all of the credit to MorgansRocks for actually making vanilla look good. Yeah, we have to accept, yeah, the custom theme and the LUT is what makes vanilla look good, but you still work with what you got to work with, yeah. So what can I tell you? MorgansRocks, wow. That last map, I've no recollection of it at all, and I was only checking to see if it was a first map, this one, and stumbled across that one, which is I mean, it's good that people are still hanging around, coming in, dipping back into the game, creating stuff and sharing it with other people on the workshop. That's always a good thing. And if you've never made a map before, get in there, have a play. It's not easy to do a good map. It's not easy to do a good map, but just get in there, experiment, have a play about. Don't think that I'm definitely going to review it if you make a map. If you specifically want me to review it, drop me a little note. Best way is via Discord, but I'm available on Twitter, on Facebook, or even in the comments. If I see your comment, I will reply to your comment and say, yeah, you're on the list. If you don't get response in the comments, then drop me another comment or use one of the other, because I get a lot of comments, like 2,000 videos. There's a lot of comments here or there going back. Anyway, now you may have noticed that we had a tree on the road. Now, I'm not going to make a very big thing of this today. I am pointing it out. I'm making an issue of saying something about it. But this is a vanilla play map, which means you won't have anarchy active in theory, and thus these trees will not be shoving through the road ever. But they are there, they are under the roads, and they need to be pointed out. Although there aren't that many, and it's not really going to massively affect your tree count if that's something that's going to be concerning you. Two right beside each other there, but it's certainly not the worst trees under the highway issue. More bothered about the actual stress on the highway there, where we've got the two highways are just not quite the same level, and there's just a little bit of strain on the texture there because of it. That's probably a bigger problem than the one or two trees that we've got dabbed underneath the surface. Here's your start square intersection, a very nice thick one. Don't be expecting to see one like this in real life at Orkney Islands. Really don't. It's very bleak up there, and it's all standard regular 2-lane roads. I don't think you'll find anything with more than 2 lanes, perhaps at a junction. Pillars there trying very hard to encroach onto the highways and failing, so good. But yeah, I wouldn't have wanted this map to have had just national roads around, because the thing is, this map, it kind of begs out for a big city build, and you want the lanes. And this one, it has got everything up to 4 lanes. And here's our next. This is your start square intersection, not your main intersection, but your start square one, which is going to separate some traffic out as well. We'll follow the road to the end in a moment. And here's where you're going to start building, which I think is very pretty. Yeah, you're going to want to demolish a couple of those trees. You can't get off of the roundabout because there's trees in the way. But it's pretty, certainly enough to want to get started down that way. We're going to head right the way down to the end here, and then we're going to jump onto the rail and head towards the edge of the map that way. We won't have seen all of the highways, but we'll take a glance at a couple of the things with the highways. Second half of the show, maybe. I think you've got the general idea of just the sort of standards you could be expecting on the networking on this particular map anyway. So yes, really good to have MorgansRocks back, and like I say, if you fancy having a go at making a map, go ahead. I do have a tutorial on how to upload to the workshop, so if that's something that bothers you, then don't be bothered. Just have a look through my tutorials playlist, you'll find it there. And yeah, just get in, have fun. If you really don't want your map reviewed and you think that maybe there's a chance that I might, just stick a little note in the description saying, hey BonBon, if you read this, I only did this as a bit of a giggle, please don't review it. And I will always not review a map if somebody asks me not to. So don't feel fearful that I'm going to come along and rip it to pieces. Because frankly, if you do upload it and I do see it and I do review it and it is bad, I will be ripping it to pieces. I'll try and do it nicely. But it's all in the fun. Like if I went back and reviewed my first map right now, there's some stuff on there that I'm less proud of now than when I first released it. But that was a few years ago now, and standards have moved on a lot. The tunnel just rises up a little bit into that hill there. Again, it's not a huge problem, very easy to fix. But yeah, it just elevates slightly. Minor detailing talking point there. And it's do you think strong map? I'm thinking strong. I'm thinking a strong gameplay map here. We've even got a few hills if you want to get up and into hills too. And I'm also liking the erosion here that allows a little bit of water coming off the hills too. Anyway, we'll take that intermission. We'll come back for the shipping right after this short message.
Are you fed up with random vanilla buildings spawning in random locations? Do you want a specific type of building in a particular zone? Then you need the beginner's guide to theme management. Click the information button below.
And so back to New Alba by MorgansRocks and the shipping. Yeah, the shipping lanes are very slick. These are really nice shipping triangles. We've got one that comes up, one shipping lane that comes up this side of the map and goes off the edge over there. And then if we head over to the other side of the map, we'll find a completely separate shipping lane, again with some very slick triangles that allow ships into all the little coves. Everywhere that you might want to have a dock, you'll be able to have one. And we have what I'm going to call the big old bridge. It's not really a big old bridge, but it's a very nicely balanced bridge. In fact, I should have spent more time looking at that bridge. I've completely forgot that it was there. But yeah, good shipping lines. Very happy with that. Water flow doesn't matter because you have two separate access points to water. One on this side of the start square, one over the other side. Now, while the water isn't moving really, you can draw from one side and pump into the other, and you should manage to avoid polluting and killing half of your civilians. Okay, so what have we got overall? Well, we got some really nice things. Like I'm liking the beaches. The beaches where we have beaches are strong, and kind of makes you want to actually go down there and put like a casino strip down here or something like that. Just very clean and crisp. In fact, the entire map has this clean, crisp, slightly stylized vibe to it, which I think is definitely a strength. We have the essential lighthouse because it's essential. It's absolutely essential. When you're limited to vanilla assets, you are a little bit limited. And then got a little hilly area over here with a lake. And then if we head over this way, now got one minor other, a secondary detailing minor grumble. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? We've got a tunnel down here with the highway. And we have some vanilla rock detailing. We do see this occasionally, and it's very easy to slip by when you're doing a bit of vanilla rock detailing. These vanilla rocks have some vegetation that run along the bottom of them, and if you put it too close to the tunnel, it clips through like that, even floating rocks as well. So yeah, got a little bit on that side, and we've got a little bit over this side. I mean, I appreciate the attempt of detailing, and it does look nice from a moderate distance, but if you get in any sort of closeness, it starts looking a bit silly. And who wants to look a bit silly? Yep, that'll be me. My hands in the air. I always look a bit of a dummy. Usually me. What have we got down here? Oh yeah, we've got a rail. That I wanted to show you the rail over here. Little minor detail, like this bit of detailing. It had to stop there because they couldn't move the rock. There was no other way of getting past that rock, so they had to stop the rail line. I think you can work out a way around that. Literally around it. Into the start square, and we have an asset of the day. By one of my favourite creators. Focusing on New Zealand assets, according to their profile, they're from Kazakhstan. Why not? Why not, actually? This is the Datacom office, which I did read in the comments, is a really good recreation by somebody who actually lives just around the corner, or works just around the corner from this one. Really good recreation. Of course, AliTarGz would be a really good creator of realism, so good for them. Factoids, because factoids, why not? When King George I became King of England in 1714, his wife did not join him as queen. Instead, accusing her of being adulterous, he put her under house arrest for 32 years. I guess if you're king, that's just one of the little things that you can do. Yeah. Hey, missus. Yes, you will be mine, but you won't be my queen. You will clean my throne. That's the little one in the small room over there. Thank you very much. Use some bleach. Where were we? NZ New Zealand Datacom office by AliTarGz. What a marvellous, marvellous asset that is. If you're doing a high-tech part to your city, stick one of those in and it'll really help to make it pop. And now, speaking of popping, it's your chance to pop on over to the voting page. Click the I button now in the top right corner of your screen to vote on this map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. So do it now. Do it now, please. If you've got a Facebook, Gmail, Patreon or an Apple account, you can do that. Neatly. Just a couple of clicks. Off you go. Are you back? Oh, good. I'll tell you what I think, shall I? Aesthetically, I think it's got a real strong vibe, this one. I don't think we're really going to any next levels, but for a vanilla map, yes, custom theme and LUT, I think it's pretty strong. They've kept it pretty simple, but also complex enough that it's interesting. I'm going to go 4 stars. I'm going to go for a low end of 4. That is nowhere near a 5th star, but I think it deserves credit. Detailing is fairly strong. It's very hard to really mark it up much on this one, though, I'm afraid. I can't really give it the 4th star, but I can go for a high 3. High 3 will go. Gameplay. Pretty playable, I would say. Definitely as vanilla maps go, pretty playable. Again, doesn't massively excite me, but I can still give this a very solid 4 stars down the middle. So there we go. New Alba by MorgansRocks, inspired by an island in the Orkneys, and you know what? I like it enough. Let's do it. BonBonB seal of approval. As vanilla maps go, I think that's a strong vanilla map. It's simple, it's straightforward, it's clean. There's nothing really to tidy up with it. I think you can have a good old play on that one and be quite happy. If you're looking for something more complex, then, well, there's plenty more maps. Plenty more maps. Not all of them will be similar to that one, though. And here's your chance to use the words of the day in the comments if you can. You can prove you're part of the 20 and out elite. And guess who'll be back tomorrow with another map in the What's Map series? Yeah, that would be me. Hopefully see you then. Have a good one.